dead person's number popped up on your phone screen, would you have the courage to pick up? What if you stood in front of a mirror one day, but instead of mimicking you, your reflection started moving on its own? Would you dare sleep in a bed that permanently blurs the line between reality and your worst nightmares? Why is it that this painting survives every fire while everything around it turns to ash? This chair has one simple rule. If you sit down, you're never getting back up. Are you willing to take the risk?
Welcome to Charnova. Today, I'm showing you 5 household objects that made their owners wish they had never stepped foot inside their own homes. Number 5. The cell phone. Calls from the afterlife. At first, it was just an ordinary phone. No one imagined it would become the source of sleepless nights. When the phone rang, the name on the screen felt impossible because that person was already gone. These calls didn't happen once. They repeated, always at the same strange hours. The fear wasn't loud or dramatic. It slowly grew with every unanswered call. Some voicemails held no words at all, only silence, as if someone was listening. Turning the phone off seemed logical, but logic didn't apply to what happened next. Later, others shared similar stories with different phones and different names. Some blamed technical errors, while others believed the explanation went much deeper. Even without a SIM card, the phone reacted, raising questions no one could answer. In the end, the calls stopped, but whether it was coincidence or something else remains unknown. Number 4. The mirror. Evil reflections. It was just an old mirror at first, until people began to feel it wasn't simply reflecting reality. Several owners reported something strange. Their reflection seemed to react just a moment too late. Some noticed small differences, as if the mirror showed a version of the room that wasn't exactly the same. Over time, people found themselves staring longer, trying to understand what they were seeing.
I can't look away. It's like she's waiting for me, tempting me to cross the boundary.
Sleep problems and anxiety soon followed, leaving owners exhausted and mentally strained. Even covering the mirror didn't help. Some said it only made the tension worse. The most disturbing reports came from those who claimed the reflection changed expressions on its own. Eventually, the mirror was passed from one owner to another, always leaving discomfort behind. Different people, different homes, yet their stories sounded strangely similar. Whether stress, illusion, or something unexplained, the mirror's story was never fully resolved. Number 3. The bed. Eternal prison. It started as an ordinary bed in an ordinary room, until sleep itself became something to fear. The first night, the owner woke up conscious but completely unable to move or speak. At first, they thought it was stress, until the paralysis returned again and again. Many nights came with the same sensation, pressure on the chest, and a sense of presence. Even knowing what sleep paralysis is didn't make the experience any less terrifying. Sleep stopped being rest. Every night felt like entering a trap. When the bed was finally removed, the paralysis slowly began to disappear. Later, others came forward. Different homes, same strange pattern. Doctors mentioned stress and environment, but no explanation fit every case. Whether coincidence, condition, or something unknown, the bed never gave up its secret. Number 2. The Crying Boy Painting, The Fire Curse. It started as a simple painting until houses began burning and the boy remained untouched.
Hanging quietly in this ordinary home.
Firefighters noticed something strange. Everything burned except the crying boy on the wall. The painting appeared again and again in fire-damaged homes, always watching from the ashes. Some called it coincidence, others called it cursed.
I don't
but
understand.
the pattern kept repeating.
How is it still here then?
The artist's story added fuel to the mystery, linking the boy's tears to tragedy. In some homes, the painting was removed, yet the fear it left behind remained. Psychologists say fear spreads faster than fire, especially when stories feel real. Was it a fire-resistant material or something people didn't understand at the time?
Suggests that this behavior is often a response to perceived threats.
The crying boy never changed, but the people looking at him never felt the same again. Whether myth or memory, the crying boy became a symbol of fear hanging quietly on the wall. Number 1. The Killer Chair, the Chair of Death. It looked like an ordinary old chair until no one who sat on it ever stood up again.
Just an old wooden chair left in the dust. But 5 people who sat here are gone.
At first, each death was blamed on chance, but the pattern slowly became impossible to ignore. The chair stayed exactly the same, while its owners disappeared one by one. Soon, people avoided the chair, not because they understood it, but because they feared it. Some believed the chair was cursed, others thought fear itself was doing the damage. Years passed, generations changed, but the chair was always there, waiting. Stories about the chair spread faster than facts, turning fear into legend. No one wanted to test the truth anymore. Avoiding the chair felt safer. Even when the chair was covered and hidden away, the fear never fully disappeared. Coincidence? Fear? Or something unexplained? The chair left behind only unanswered questions. The next haunted object could be sitting in your room right now. Which story was the creepiest? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe for more mysteries. Watch your back.